How's it going, gamers?
Today I wanted to make a video showing how I'm going to make an Ita-bag
Using an old bag and adding a clear panel. So I'm going to be using this bag, which is a bag I've had for many years. This was my book bag in high school. This is the front, but the back has what I believe is a laptop panel. And I think it'd be perfect to add a clear panel here to display my pins, because my current Ita-bag is getting a little full and I am broke. So I'm going to be using this bag, this $5 clear backpack, and this cardboard panel and fabric to create an insert. I'll also be using a needle thread, seam ripper, and my little scissors. I'll be hand sewing this for the most part because it's going to be a little awkward to put the panel on with my sewing machine, but I may use my sewing machine to overlock the raw edges when I cut the panel out of the bag. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seam rip this whole backpack. I want to save this back panel here that is clear and without any like pockets in it for the panel itself, and I'll be saving the rest of the backpack for a future project. I want to make another Ita-bag using it, so having backpack pieces for that would be nice. And I got this backpack at the dollar store, so let's seam rip this. Alright, now that this has been seam ripped, you can see it is practically the same size as the back. So I'm going to use it as a template to create my insert before I do any cutting and decide where I want my seam allowance to be when I cut out the back. I had to size this up to my bag a couple times, but after putting it in, now it fits perfectly, and all they need to do is make the cover for it. I'm going to hold off on that and do it later. Now, I'm going to cut out this square here, and how I've decided to do that is measuring a seam allowance of 2 inches from the ends and from the top part, and marking out where I want the window to be. So let's do that now. Now, 2 inches may seem like a pretty thick border, but this fabric frays really easily, so I want to ensure that I have plenty of room to overlap the fabric and lock it in place. So now we're going to cut this out and decide how we're going to seal those seams. As you can see, this is already fraying like hell. I decided with such a small area that the best course of action would be to hand sew it. So I'm going to roll everything over to the best of my ability. I'll probably cut these corners and hand sew it over, and then the final border will probably be closer to this. on all sides. So let's do that. Okay, now that the edges of this are all sewn all the way around, I'm going to take this insert that I made and I'm going to measure my clear panel using it so that it is the perfect size to sew on top. I got it all sewed up. It was near impossible to record because it was really awkward and I had to hand sew it, but now the panel is on and it's nice and strong. Now all that's left to do is sew the insert. I have the insert here and the fabric I'm going to use here. It's just an old cotton shirt, and I'm going to use my sewing machine for this. Two-sided, same size as the insert. Sew both sides together, turn it right sides out, put it over the insert, and then I'll have a nice insert for my Ita-bag. I have the same insert, same technique I used for the insert on this Ita-bag. As you can see, it works just fine. I didn't want to put the pins directly to the bag, so I made this insert here. It just makes it easier to put your pins inside the bag. Alright, now that my bag is done, all that's left to do is to put the pins on the insert. And as a little bonus, I'm going to be unboxing some pins that I ordered a while back. Thought what better way to start a new Ita-bag than to start with some new pins. Alright, start with this one first. Go. Pin number 1. There we go. Alright, this one next. I ordered these forever ago. There we go. Another Rita pin. Last one. we go. This is one of my favorite Ita designs. I was really hoping we get this as an outfit when this design got revealed, but it's alright that we didn't. Now I'm going to take the pins off this bag and organize them into this guy. Maybe add some other little things, like I have these photo cards. I got this Kung Fu Tea sticker. And I have some various acrylic stands. Maybe we can add those too. Let's play around and see what we got. I have a lot more photo cards too, and I think I might take this down and use this. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, after redoing it way too many times, so these are the setups that I've decided to stick with. We have like a pink, purple, lilac to like kind of classic colors going on over here. Then down here I have all my blue, indigo-y, purple ones, and I've added in my Honkai Impact stuff. That's kind of blue. Some cards. Some custom stuff, picture of me and a maid, same maid right there. I don't know, you notice I have like two pins that like aren't technically Rita, like this is Joel, he's a VTuber, but they're both maids, so they're allowed to stay. These ones I've decided to leave off because kind of red, like very red, not like a pink magenta, like very red, and it just, hi cat, and it just doesn't fit in with the bags. I'm happy that I've gotten some of these browner ones to fit in because I was having a lot of trouble like really fitting in the brown color scheme. But I think with the pink and then the pink and brown and then to brown over here, I think it works fine. This one looks a little out of place, but I got it off Macari, so I want that there, and I think it fits in just enough. But if I end up getting a small bag for all my red stuff, then I might move it over there. And this big one I will be redoing because I have a box of merchandise that I still need to unpack. But that will be for a future video. So, I hope you enjoyed my Ita-bag creation video. Now I will be able to wear my pins out more casually as opposed to this small bag right here, which I can fit. Actually, I can fit 2 Gamer Subs cups in there. That's like, that's pretty much all I got. As opposed to this one, I've been able to fit like a week's worth of clothes in that one. I hope you found this helpful. See ya.